the thing hiding from us, she started exposing it. Are you understanding me? So she will be given chance to get her day.
So she will go to court, or even?
Yes, she will go to court.
Okay.
But before going to court, she about that she spread papers around that this was some of the things that we don't used to know about. We got to know about it now. If you take the former director of police and gave him contract for security services around here, he didn't do it at all. They gave money. That one.
No, she didn't. She didn't say that. Though. She was talking about an investigation, airport security investigation.
Yeah.
That was given to former police director.
Yeah, but have you investigated through that money that was given, the work is done?
Yes.
It was done?
Yeah, the work was done, the report was done, was given. And in fact, the Minister of Transport, the former Minister of Transport said that was one of the best pieces he ever received.
That's not true. Let me go before I lost my track.
Okay. I want to, when you say, let me say the one also that the people listening can be,
Yeah. Number 2, 3, 4, one of the two.
Okay.
The legislature are still on there. Still my back.
Yeah. They play your
yes. That one there. Go to my house. You'll see how many people coming from me. Everybody says go. Go around must arrive.
All the good thing you do for the regime, but still they say they don't want you.
All right, well, that's fine. They don't want you, at the end of it.
Okay.
What you because you promise them money you do. I really wanted to know your name, so I'll call you now on this radio and let you know your name. So I will not give them 1 cent. Those that will live in Monrovia. You promise them. I will not give it to. I told you I was going to give it to Monrovia people, especially so when the superintendent and things that they are. Well, I don't want. Look, if you don't have any good question, I will answer you. You know, when you want to ask, if you are paid agent to come talk to me here, then you will leave the room.
Don't mind.
Yeah. Serious. You must listen to. He's listening. I said that I will not get any. He said living down here who even don't know the road leading to their own village to come and entertain them. I will not do. And I got that reason. I will not change. I think people who are honest today, what is going on? Government get $200,000, $300,000. Let me just tell you, the total rate, the money that government say, well, you have boundary with refugee people with the entitled to $200,000. Where is the money? You can't get. So when these things are happening, will you be fair enough to take money and give it to one for our children out there is done?
Okay.
And he must know. When you
But things happen in the country now. You happy with the way things going generally with the young people, the government, everything?
No, that is what the decent one bill, our chair of the Senate made for the decent bill, my recommendation or still handling in the current way.
Why you didn't pass it?
I can't get it. We got time.
Okay. Well, you spent all that time there. You didn't pass it. You were chairman.
How many times? But it was a time when it did.
Hello, welcome, Honorable Francis Doko.
With pleasure.
Okay.
So just welcome. we are running up to our opening of the section on Monday.
Yeah.
Am I there?
Yeah.
And we are having a series of net conversation. As you know, legislators at night. Yeah, so I was prepared for another meeting, but then I cannot turn down my. I don't know why you see me. I'm in my car.
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you. It's good. We can see you. It's good now. Yes, very clear.
But I could not turn down your, your request,
Yeah.
especially G County and a young man who have aspired over time. I appreciate.
Okay.
So,
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much. I know that you are very busy, and like you told me that you're in a very tense meeting as I speak to you, but you needed to find time just to make some clarity. We are very happy that you were able to accept our invitation very, on a short notice. Jabo, welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you, Ralph. Thank you.
Okay, so quickly we were able to squeeze in on Representative Francis Dopo. This morning I sent your invitation to appear on the show to give us an update on the working of the Rewardee Legislative Caucus, in having to be the chairperson you to give us some clarity on this issue. So we'll like to you in making. Thank you.
Okay, so Ralph, is that Jabo?
Yeah, Jokbo.
Okay, so we
I,
pleasure. The evidence is there in the 2008-2009 county meet. I was there, involved with the team, ensuring that the team qualified up to the final, where we lost to Bombing County in 2009 in the final game. After that, we have contributed and supported the county team at the time. My sister and friend Manafina Bono and others were on the steering committee, and we supported the team. We supported the team up to this in 2018. We worked with the team and took the team to Bombing County, where I hosted Rewardee County team for 6 weeks in my compound, both male and female team, and then take it into Bombing, where we single-handedly, along with the intervention of other county men who came and supported the team. When it comes to hosting the team, I was there. Unfortunately for me, in 2000, I would say in 2019 and 20, I could not be with the team because I had in December my vehicle was involved with a tragic accident where I lost 5 persons from the county, including my sister Esther Wa. So I had to be burying people up to the end of the year. But all of that, the caucus have been supportive of the county team. Individual members have been supportive to the extent that we have always encouraged the county leadership to ensuring that indeed we have a better steering committee, a committee that is cut across. Am I online?
Yes, you are there. Yeah.
A committee that is cut across, ensuring that the county is successful. You know, sport is always basically, however, when you prepare yourself, you still do better. But then it doesn't mean that you can win. But when favor comes your way, and you can make the mark. So we are being with the team. What we have done, I remember our last meetings in the office of Senator Witte, we met with the superintendent of the county, and the caucus have said that we needed to have a report. I'm getting an echo background. But am I clear?
Yes, you are clear. Just go on. Yeah. Yes.
So we agree in our caucus meeting that we receive a report from the county regarding the last county meet, and also we encourage the superintendent that the formation of the steering committee should cut across. We should have people center, individuals to steer the committee, and that the people themselves to do some more vetting, whether from the diaspora, whether from Monrovia, whether from the county. At least it must be a committee that the people themselves can fit into. Unfortunately for us, the superintendent constituted a committee in November. And when, as a caucus chairman, when I called the superintendent, he told us that it was an executive function. Okay, it was not the prerogative of the legislature in that matter. Now, this is our fear. Should we commit the caucus to the county team activity and there can be no accountability? Then tomorrow, those who contribute to the process will be asking us as caucus, what is our level of oversight?
Exactly. Clifford, are you there?
Involved as a caucus to have oversight.
Okay, we still try to get the honorable, but I'm not getting him. So I just try to play the recording. Probably will get him later. So you can help me. You can help me to keep trying his number.
We as a caucus, and I maintain that.
I'm getting him clear.
Cannot get involved with a process.
No, this is recording. This is recording that I'm playing. This is a recording yesterday.
Okay.
Discipline.
So please help to keep trying his number.
For the love of
all right, let me get you on the line again.
Individually. But if we commit ourselves as a caucus and we don't know how the formation is led and there's no accountability, we will be in trouble. And as a young person who's a lover of sport, at the same time, with that mentality of fiscal discipline and accountability, I cannot, along with my colleague, we will not commit the caucus and the county funding to the team with high accountability. It's our position. We will be criticized for that, but it's for the good of the county. For the last 3 years, Ralph, you can check the record. Have you received a report from funding that have been donated to the county? Let me say, for example, in Sino, 2 years ago, I was there. Other members were there. They all contributed. There have been no report. Okay? There have been no report. So, do you want the caucus to be involved with that? I'll say no, and we say no. What we can do is that we will contribute. If the superintendent will be bold enough to tell us that the county activities in terms of sport is an executive function, then let the executive function take charge. We as individuals who love sport can contribute. Is that the way to go? That's not the way to go. So we are not saying that, in fact, there is no evidence that the superintendent has written the caucus regarding this coming county meeting. There is no evidence that the committee has written the caucus regarding this county meeting. But we have always said that when people put the money somewhere, there should be leadership, responsible leadership, because football is an issue of morale. It's an issue of, we call it, we say, identity. So that's the issue. We have not said an individual will not contribute. Others are contributing. So now, Ralph and others, when you contribute your money now, what is the level of accountability there? Okay, just recently, the Ministry of Finance have said to the Ministry of Youth and Sport that we had a report on the money they had given the last county meeting. That one of the reason why the county meeting was postponed. It was postponed because accountability. What about us who gave our donation to the county? The last county meeting that I took the team to Bombay. Okay, I don't want to be boasting about that, but I spent $900 every trip to Bombay County from Broadway, excluding hosting the team, but to transport the team back and forth. Other county officials, we said they all gave money to the county team. Where is the accountability? You just jump one money, you form a committee, and the committee cannot give report, and you say, as focus, we must give you a support by phone call, not by documentation. Look, what I be real. People should not use sport. Sport is an activity. Just recently in FIFA, people are being caught for corruption because of law. So should we say because of love for sport, this focus must just commit the country resources to that? We have said no, we can do that. But as individual, we love the sport. We can give our funding individually. As a caucus, once we don't have a clear cut, people-centered leadership, no line of responsibility and accountability, I can tell you we can be criticized, but I just think it's unfortunate for us to be involved with that. And that's a cost.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Modupo, for this clarity. Would you like to ask you a few questions? Then you can make your concluding statement. I was there. The county league is always December, beginning from December every year to the next year. So, according to you, there have been no report for some time. The superintendent will ask, the leadership will ask to make a report, and then they didn't give the report. So, as a lawmaker, you have oversight responsibility. Even though the scripting is executive function, but you represent the people in Rewoji, and you have legislative oversight responsibility to holding executive appointees, for them to give accountability. So what have been your oversight responsibility for the past 2 to 3 years in making sure that there's a report?
So the oversight have been give or a report. The oversight have been set up a committee far before the beginning of the county meet, so that we have a committee that is people center, that the people themselves can make a decision. That which the superintendent refuse and decide to select the way you have to select and call it executive function. That does not stop us for ensuring that we fight for a level of accountability that we want. But to begin with accountability, when you realize that those who should account to you are not accounting to you, then you don't want to commit the county to that process. And that's the first step. You cannot be putting county resources somewhere. The last time in 2017, when we came in, there were almost $30,000 that were used for the county meeting. Okay. So, but because of the same reason, all the law for the county, law for the team, we all been coming around and supporting. But we have over time raised the issue. Like I said, months ago, if I the last time we had our meeting was not even in 2020. Okay, I think it was like 2019. Okay, when we raised the issue in the wizard office. Okay, that we should have report. Now, we also advised that the county stakeholder should have some say into the selection of the serving committee and should be cross-cutting and represent the entire county. I mean, we got 10 administrative districts. We got people in the diaspora. They all have a say. Okay? This superintendent said it was not our prerogative. So if it's not our prerogative and we get involved today and commit the county resources, well, you're not asking about reporting. So what you're asking the oversight. So we said no. Individually, we can support. We love support. So it's not because we say we're not going to move further. We want to move further to demand accountability by oversight. But again, it always say that you must be able to stop the process and correct it. If we get the money now, over 3 years, no report. How do we as county caucus, how do you as supporter who giving your money? Let me just say thanks to those who are giving contribution in the recent contribution. But with a clear cut structure, can we commit the caucus and the county resources? Yes, can we do that? It's difficult.
Okay, I would do thanks for that. The issue of report is being clear that for the past 2 years or 3 years, the county team or the local leadership have not been able to make a report. We know that report is very important. This is public money. It has to be accounted for, and even individual contribution have to be accounted for. And if we want to see Reward G to be to a level that we want to see it, we have to consider that legality matter, and every step that has to do with the proper management of resources has to be considered. It's not sympathy. It's not. We know that is something that's going to benefit our country, but we also need to ensure that resources are protected, and that will be the rule of engagement in the new Reward G that we want to build. So we want to commend you for that. The issue of accountability. No one told us about it. We will try to make a further investigation on this issue to know whether there was no report made or there was a report made, as you just said. The second priority will have to do with the setting of the steering committee. You talk about the court were not consulted and there was no. So how normally the steering committee, and to say this, yesterday we hosted a staff from representative at the Zana Port office who told us that the steering committees is being constituted by politicians, people who are fully involved in politics. So it's a political establishment. So do you satisfy with the steering committee? Have you ever spoken with the steering committee, and do you know those that are heading the steering committee?
Well, to be frank, I know those who are on the steering committee because I work with them. Like I said, I hosted the county team for 60 days. Similar individuals are there, but the constitution of the committee were not involved. The county of citizens were not involved. Those who contribute did not even have the time to vet them. We are advanced over time. County mean have become is a norm of this country. So you have to plan in advance. Now because youth and school give you money and then you collect people money around. No, it should be a kind of committee that people know are comfortable with. Most of the members of the committee were people who were involved in the electionary process. Do you think citizens will be comfortable with them? Do you think so? If you are being conflicted into processes? Obviously, no. So we are saying that we need to have that. And I have called the superintendent and he told me, and I think he admitted on many media, that indeed it is not, it is an executive function. But sport is not only executive. Even at the legislature, we appropriate money for county mean. So at the county level, for us to commit and to allow our citizens to donate with accountability, we can stand for that. Okay, like I said.
Good evening, my dear brother. Mr. Oman, how are you?
I'm doing good, brother, and you?
I'm wonderful. It's good to have you tonight. Yeah. We are trying to get on with Dupo again. To appear to give us a clear understanding of what is going on, but I've been trying his number, but not going through. You don't know why. Probably he might join us later, or we can postpone the show to tomorrow. Because the show was purposely intended for him to give us some briefing. Yeah, but I extend. Yeah.
What we'll do, we'll postpone the show and make sure that we get in touch with Bobby Franklin Wayne so we can host on the show tomorrow so that he can give an update as to how the candidate is doing because we are, I've been informed, reliably informed that the candidate is personally in final. They are in gear, they are in our spirit for tomorrow game. So maybe we can host in the evening hour time of the day so I can get more updates from him.
Okay, so before we close, there's something that I want to talk about, the issue that has to do with support to our country team. We would like to appeal to all our citizens around the world to see reason to support our team. The country team is currently stranded. We taking the resources. I just spoke with the youth and sport coordinator, and he told me that the Minister of Youth and Sport was able to give 2,000 United States dollars to each county for the preparation, which of course 2,000 cannot take us anywhere. Even the football players and other sporting sport committee members have to use motorbike to transport because the road leading to Sino is very bad. So they have to use motorbike to transport to Greenville today. And there's no rest. You have a game tomorrow and you arrive today on motorbike. So how serious is this? So the preparation will be very poor. We don't expect much from our team because they are seriously challenged, with some financial challenge. So we will continue to appeal to our citizens around the world to continue to make your contribution to the team, continue to support your county and your county near you most. We can do it collectively while we await other contributions, greater contributions somewhere else. But we need every one of you support. And we want to say thanks to those that already make contribution and those that are already in the direction, taking that direction to make a contribution. We encourage you to continue to support your team, your county. Let us stand with our county and do all we can. We would have liked to have Mr. Dopo tonight, but it's so difficult to get in. Probably you will join us later, but I don't know. I've been calling you for the next 30 minutes and there's no response. The issue is right on a legislative caucus to supporting the team. Yesterday, Honorable Dopo told us that the caucus is in no position for now to contributing to the county team, to the county development fund, because for the past 3 years, there have been no report. So based on what he said yesterday, we decided to place a call to the superintendent and the secretary, the financial secretary of the financial secretary of the county team, Mr. Juhine. And they told us that they are being reported. According to them, that the time is the steering committee make a report to the superintendent, and then the superintendent make a report to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and to the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So there are being a report. So I decided to ask him if there was a written report to the caucus too as well. He said that he cannot speak to that because he is not called with the authority, but the chain of command clearly state that the county team, the steering committee report to the superintendent. So it is the superintendent prerogative to report to the legislative caucus, which according to Dopo have not happened. So we would like to ascertain that information too, to have Honorable Fidekiu Union, Superintendent of Reward G County, to appear on the show and give an update as to why there have been no report and what is responsible for this. Why it is true that we are in sympathy with our team and we want for people to support the team, but we think that accountability play a very key role in the transformation of society. And Reward G should be no exception. So people have to account for what they receive. This is money. People work for it to give it to you, so you have to account for it. So we'll continue to encourage our citizens. For those of you that are watching us, for those of you that that we can contribute whatever way. You can buy t-shirts, you can buy or sell a jersey, you can buy few pair of boots, you can buy whatever sport material that you can buy. If you cannot contribute cash, whatever way that you can contribute will be highly appreciated. We have our team inside. If you have connection there, you can talk to anybody there to help in whatever way they will be able to help. So we hope that again tomorrow go in our way, and we are hoping that tomorrow Roger will come up with with against Sino Kante. We trust our team, and for what we saw, the team is prepared to bringing the trophy home. So all we need to do is to stand with the team, support our team, and do whatever we can so that we all can win. Man, do you have something to say?
Yeah, thank you very much, Rob. From here, I'll be placing some calls to see how bad I can get the guys there on ground there. I mean, people who are passionate with the county team so that we can hear from them. And if the possibility do exist, we can invite one of them tomorrow to give us an update after the game tomorrow and tell why the difficulties that they are facing with the final president. And like you said, we like to encourage all of our brothers and our sisters in Monrovia and in the diaspora to do all that they can to support this county team, as all of us are aware that this county team or the county league is the most prestigious tournament you can find in Liberia. So during the county league, you see people coming up all together giving their support. Like today, I saw a photo of Abraham Daros DeLong and that of Sir Joseph embracing each other today at ATM. That is a clear indication that the county league, one with the other, unite us as a people. So I thank all Riverdinians. We should do all that we can so that the county league can help unite us and put away our differences.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Omar. And that's the same message that we will continue to preach. We hope that the country league unite our country. We just came from election. There was a tense campaign process, in the country. We have people from the CDC bloc, people from the CPP, and people from all of, there was a tense situation in our country, and the election ended, and we are thankful that there was no violence, that everybody were able to participate in the process peacefully, and we want to say thanks to our citizens for peacefully conducting themselves, participated in the process. Now the election is over. We have a new senator. What we can do now is to unite our country. What we can do is to come together as one people so that we can build the kind of country that we want. So this particular country league will serve as a bridge, to reconcile the country, to connect the country and make everyone to take the same path of development. So we learned that that we have problem with the steering committee. That those appointed on the steering committee, there are people that were fully involved in electionary process in our country. We want to say that while it is true that we should not mix politics with sport, but we also believe that no one is politically free. These people, if for true that they were involved in political processes, we can still reconstitute the committee. We can still come on the table and find a way that we can do some, we can scrutinize the committee and see whether we can make some changes, for the committee. But that should not be the basis to say that because of that we're not going to support the team. We think that our country has that obligation, our leaders have that obligation to supporting the team. And supporting the team is something that we all want to see. So we have a lot of issues to talk about in Rewoji. We would also like to speak to the senator-elect, Honorable Senator Bocha Sewe, who comes from the background of sport, a former Lone Star player. What is his role in this particular tournament? Because he is already senator, he need not to take office before he start to work for our people. So we think now he can start to work for our people. He can use the experience You know, he's putting experience to help our team to succeed in this tournament. So we would like to speak to him as well. Man, what do you think? We can also invite him to talk to.
Yeah, I think that will be necessary to do, knowing fully well that he came from the background of sport, and I strongly believe at the House of Senate he will be placed on such committee, and we can invite him to provide his technical know-how, so to see our best, that can help the team. And one thing we should know is that although Robert G have full preparation, but in my own mind, I strongly believe when you see teams struggling the day, they can always come up with good results. So I
definitely. And what I saw from these guys that went there are saying that there will be a victory, my brother. I can see that. And, you know, the team is struggling, but the team has a potential. And, you know, you can see the zip, the climb on, the momentum from the team. That Wayward G is surely going to do something in the tournament. You know, yeah.
So the best thing we can do is all give our support, and let's see, you know, because our first thing that Robert G will come to Monrovia, and I will come to Monrovia, all of us will do all that we can in our weak way to talk to our stakeholders so that they can give our leaders support. And one of the things that I would recommend, all of those steering committees on the Robert G County or sport, we would like to recommend to the caucus or to the county authority that those committees should be selected, those committees to work for like 2 or 3 years, to be there for 2 or 3 years, so that in the near future or in 2021 or 2020 or in 2022 rather, 2021, 2022 county league, you'll find that the committee will start making preparation soon because they already know themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, that's a very good proposal. That's a very good proposal.
Yeah, because one of the things that I'm looking at too is that last minute, because everybody like making contact to work on a steering committee or whatever committee, and they'll be there, be delaying at the final, you know, at the dying time, then they select you. When you start lobbying with people, so at least the steering committee should be selected even 1 year ahead of the tournament. 1 year ahead of the tournament, so that they can start doing the preparation, start generating money. And one thing there is that look, the steering committee should have a budget. This is the budget that we want, that will take the team from the preliminary round all the way to final. This is the budget that we need to travel. That budget should be a budget. I think it will be a budget that everybody will be aware. Then when you give your support, you know why you give your support. But you can't get the money where I know, where I know budget. No.
Yeah, sure. So like someone make that same proposal yesterday, Mr. To. Mr. To is from Wayward G, he live in the US, and Mr. To contributed $100 United States yesterday to the football team. And he also suggested that it would be good that the county have a permanent steering committee. And what's going to happen is, it's not just for the county league, but we also need to help to promote our district league in the county. So the steering committee will work along with the LFA in the county for them to promote the local league in the county. So they will be working, finding ways, strategies and programs that will help to uplift the sporting activities in the country. So you will have them making preparation 6 months to the county league, like from July or from August, they will start the preparation to December. So if we have a budget that we know that there is a budget that the county needs to qualify or to go to the final, we can start to solicit funding. So people will start to contribute for the budget that we already have, that the amount that we are targeting. But for now, no one knows how much we really need to take the county for the preliminary round to qualification or to final. No one knows. And even the steering committee was just constituted just 1 week to the county league. So they don't have a working plan. They don't really have a working plan. Like everybody just going to the league just like that. There's no working plan. There's no working plan to really determine what we want to achieve. I think we have to graduate from this, and
yeah, and I pray that issue will be discussed during the county sitting. No, the issue has to be placed on the table. Pertaining to our food and all of those things. And these are issues when we go for county sitting. These are issues it has to be documented. So at the end of the day, people got to know that the steering committee has to be appointed 6 months to the tournament. 6 months to the tournament. So in 6 months' time, they'll be able to prepare their budget and all of those things. And then we can see how best we can start moving forward.
Yeah. So within that, we will also want to call upon the caucus. We learned that none of our leader was able to travel with the team in Sino. We have 5 lawmakers, and none of these lawmakers were able to travel with the team in Sino. We think it's a very bad thing. Sino is not far. You can travel with the team to motivate the team. We have we saw Senator Dillon today with the Mosurado. We saw Thomas Fala. We saw almost the entire Mosurado related focus on putting Mosurado. So we expect the same, that our leaders should support our team. To transport to go to Sino is not a difficult thing. Lawmaker government give you gasoline. So you are not these are reasons for which you are giving vehicle and you are being given gasoline every month. So to travel with a team in Sino as a means of motivating them, I think it shouldn't be a problem for our lawmakers and other leaders in the country. I think we have to do that, and it will really be so disappointing that our lawmakers won't show up in this country. We hope that they change that decision to show up and to give a lot of support, because I'm attending that people refuse to give support to this team. We will continue to talk against it seriously. So we hope that our leaders are taking serious note of this and try to change their decision to giving our country the needed support that they need. Individual support, collective support, we will appreciate everything, but we want for River G to qualify and to go to the final and to even win the cup. That's what we want. So whatever contribution, we appreciate it. I think for the issue of the country league, we can lay it to rest for now. And yet from tomorrow, we will try by all means to get one of the steering committee members on the show to give an update on the preparation for the game tomorrow. When will be the game tomorrow? At which time?
I think the game will be. Well, I have to look at the schedule. I think it will be around 4. I think it will be the first game or second game, something like that. But I'm not sure of the time. So tomorrow I'll be able to give you an update on that.
Okay. So we were even thinking that whether we can do a live broadcast tomorrow from there. So if there will be a TV station like Facebook TV station taking the game inside, we can connect with the TV station and also relay on our platform tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that will be done tomorrow.
So that our citizen will be able to follow the game tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, man. So these are things. If the country league was like something around election, you could see people contributing. There are many people that want to contest in the country. We have a lot of politicians that will come out to contest, but no one is contributing because election is not around the corner. Election is far, so nobody wants to contribute. So these are things that we really need to consider. The country need you now, and you cannot contribute. But 2 years to election, 1 year to election, people will start to be humanitarian in our country. Our people really need to be careful. They have to be very sensitive about this, so that we can, we have a lot of people, even those that were in power. We have Christian Chie, who was representative. We have Justin Ochie, we have Chabale, we have Matthew J. Matthew J. stayed a senator. He stayed a senator until January when the new senator, takes office. So he stayed a senator. He stayed going for session. So why Matthew J is not contributing? Because he lost the election. He's not contributing. He had no part to play. So we really don't love our country. We only give to our country if we want something in return.
Let's just hold it there, and let's see tomorrow who will bring on board tomorrow. So for anything, I will give you update tomorrow.
Yeah, man, thank you so much, and we're looking forward. We hope that you continue to work in your people corner to talk to other citizens around, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.